Rosendal Nordin is my name. I'm one of the founders of Pure Effect. So we're introducing like a new generation of garment care. We're on a mission of reducing global washing. So it's not something that I've thought about a lot before, but since we have this application of using bacteria, microorganisms to degrade odor and stains, we thought that maybe we could move this application onto fashion. It's not like we woke up one day and had the idea. When I think of it, it's more like it's a journey of starting somewhere and then we end up somewhere else. So for us, it was more of the background for me was more from a personal health and environment crisis, I would say. I'm not like a biotechnician, I'm more into behavioral science and so, but I experienced the problem that we're pushing too many toxins into our ecosystem and our bodies and so on. So when we're also having a problem having our second child, I learned a lot about this and I was like really worried about it. And when you have that, like the driving force of also doing something better, maybe, I was not like, I left my job and I was planning to do something else. And then this question came from a friend of mine, basically, to see if we could use biotechnology as it's been used for professional use for so many years to clean, like many public spaces where we are clean with biotech. But why don't also introduce this to consumers, to the consumer market, to kind of use that instead of Ajax and other more hazardous chemicals. Yes. That's where we started. That was 2015. You know, since we knew we could be so really good in removing odor in textiles, like for home textiles, for hotels and so on, and curtains and sofas, etc. Why don't you also put that into the application of fashion? So then the idea came up, hey, could we do something to do less washing? I also read an article from the Swedish Consumer Association that only 7% of a laundry basket in Sweden needs to be washed. And then like the other 93%, why does it end up there? It's a way of cleaning. So and then we started thinking about what the actual impact could be of reducing global laundry. Like if it's a pivotal thought, I think, to see if you can have an impact on 1 billion people somehow. What would happen if we, not only in my family, like if we go from 4 laundry machines a week to 3, that's 25%. But what if we would do that globally? How much water could we reduce, and also fiber thinning and also emissions and so on. Biochemistry or like biotechnology is basically to use bacteria and other microorganisms for something good for people. So you found that in a lot of like in skincare and a lot of, everything where you, and also biofuels and so on. If you fermenting something, that's like using yeast or other microorganisms for human good, one can say. Yeah, or at least kind of conquering them or taking the space from other. Like if you have a party with a lot of good people and you have some people you don't like, if you just add more good people, there will be less living space for the ones you don't prefer. Yeah. So that's how we work on the textile as well. Yeah. Of course, I'm aware that it can be challenging to be a female or a male in different contexts. But honestly, I don't think much about that in my work, in my daily work. Looking back, I think it can almost be more of a strength, at least for me. And I don't know anything else about being me, than being me. But I think a lot of strength in the future business landscape will be in a lot of opportunities also for business will be in starting from the why and being in the purpose. And I think maybe I'm just prejudiced here, but I think a lot of, at least from what I see from other purpose-driven companies, they are led by women. And I think if we just play with the thought of dividing the world into what's female and what's male and so on, I think it's easier for female to do this kind of the sharing, the networking, the start with the purpose, and maybe the long-term benefits, like start with a purpose and then also, of course, the money will come instead of doing like the snabba cash, fast money. Exactly. But on the downside of things is that it's, I'm a bit impatient, and the business landscape today is not really set up historically for purpose-driven companies. So that's a fight, of course. Probably by continue doing what you believe in and pay it forward, open doors for people that you believe in, that you look up to. Try to be a role model and then not like you have to think of everything you do being a role model, but more of just being you and try to walk your own path. To start in having fun, because you really have to be, because if you're having fun, you will be more resilient. If you get knocked down, you have to get up again, and you get more. You can be sustainable as a person, as a company, persistent somehow. So if you find a team where you can have, or a partnership or anything, and also the customers and also the investors and everything, be with people where you can have fun, that you can fight whatever war you're fighting, and cry with, and kind of be with, and that you can bear being with for a really long time, because there are no fast tracks. I think it's not just about like having the right talent or not. It's a lot more about I think luck and timing and sliding doors and all of that. So then you have to be persistent, because you cannot take for granted that you will just use your talent and do your thing, and in 3 years you will be like a unicorn company.
No, exactly.
That's very rare. So if you're having an important fight, or in our case, that we're really committed to introducing bacteria to people's everyday lives, to create this strong and ecosystem and strong planet, then you have to be very persistent and continue. And also financially, because you might not start with a cash flow, probably not. And then you have to also, in your private finances, kind of be very good in making a lot from nothing and see if it's, or just find the right money sources then, and the right. The best thing I think is that you can be really fast from idea to implementation. That can be like your sandlåda, your own playground to try things. That's what I hear from people working in bigger companies also, that you don't have to take so much in consideration all the politics and everything. I think that's the most fun thing. And then you can also, you're behind the steering wheel, so to speak. You can do what you want to do to have an impact. The reason that we're working with Green Little Heart is that I think we, the purpose-driven ones and the ones who want to create some change, have to work together and start there. That makes us a lot stronger. So it's nice to be part of a community, or it's necessary to be part of a community with other strong brands growing and want to have an impact. I would really urge everyone to try some new behaviors. You know, we all need good. We really need. I start from here instead. I think it's important to stop the blaming and shaming, and instead nudge people in the right direction. Yeah. I really love the idea that Pressbyrån is having with the transition hot dog. So it's like not just veggie or meat; it's like half. And I think, and even though you want to continue maybe to make some flights, you want to and eat your meat or whatever, we cannot do anything right now. So can we think of an 80-20 rule somehow? And if you don't feel like it's a day where you can change the world, at least you can go home and hang your sweater and your trousers and spray it with Pure Effect and skip washing. That's one small step. Because we need to, I think, stack sustainable solutions on each other. There is no one way to make a change. Something that people not always understand, they see a spray bottle to something to spray on your clothes, and we're always, a lot of times we're mixed up with just the linen water. It's just perfume and water, but the extra thing that we have is that it's powered up with this bacterial culture that really removes odor. So that's a communication challenge we have.
I can imagine that. No, it's like I try to explain it like bacteria. It's bacteria sort of pushing the other bacteria away. Those who makes the odor and the stains. And here comes the good bacteria, actually.
Super.
And it works.
Yeah.
It really works.
Something that struck my mind now is that a lot of our milestones, talking about Philippa K and NASA, and also the Monocle interview and so on, those were all female. You know, initiators?
Interesting.
Is that a
it's not
accident?
A coincidence.
No,
it's not.
It's that you click with some people and some people you don't, and you kind of pick up the.
I think a common thing that we've been talking about is also this purpose-driven. That you can see a purpose combined with business, and not just business. Okay, where can I make the fastest money?
No.
You need to have a purpose.
Yeah,
of course,
sure.
money. You need to be financially sustainable as well. But and I think that's where you find